He wouldn't have taken stuff. If he didn't take that, he wouldn't have taken the other stuff. I'm not going to need that water. If I reload my gun, I can open up a slot. What am I missing here? Cloth. Bones. I have 2 bone knives. Okay. Am I going to take the balloon back? That's a big question. I do not know. Myers-Briggs, you guys are talking about. I'm so wary of this world that I want our Father to end this mess. My mother tells me I am horrible for thinking that way, but I can't help it. You want our Father to end this mess. So, Mary, is there something... You've been doomstruck. Is there something that we can... Can we press you to reveal a little bit more? Is it too sensitive? Prayers for Mary, for sure, guys. Doom, destruction, death. I mean, you know, like there's things like here. Okay, I'll tell you some of my frustration right now. Okay, when my brother committed suicide in September, before we found out that he was dead, I had 2 members of my family who were already obsessing about death, and in my opinion, being a little selfish. And I just had to hunker down and say, okay, so this is the situation. This is like an infection spreading in the family. Freaking bullshit, but I'll deal with it, and we'll get through this. And wish I could tell you that people just smartened up about it, but that's not exactly how this works. And I'm pretty pissed off, but at the same time, you know, there's got to be some way to access people who are in that frame of mind. Like, there's got to be a way to manage it. I don't know what to manage it. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, it's not bueno. I mean, it's definitely something we're being programmed with. You know, I call, like, part of it is the Jezebel programming. You know, there's this big push, you know, to make men think that they're completely worthless, and they use, I figured this out, they use the image of our mothers. You know, we have our like the big story is whether or not a man can face his father, and that's what Jordan Peterson focuses on. You know, is like seeing your father in the abyss, and that's how you overcome, like Jonah overcome the whale, blah blah blah. But that's not the real issue. Men can face their fathers, and they have. The machismo kind of standing up to their father and blah 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 blah. The mother is the real problem. Shame surrounding the mother is, you know, 99% of men just never, and it's not actual conflict with the mother. It's irrational fear. It's the curse of shame. It's the things that entered us when we were children, when we were toddlers. The things that we held against our parents that we never forgave them for. Men have serious problems where Satan uses their mother to degrade and defile them. And you'll hear a lot of comedians talk about it. I would point you to the podcast where Norm Macdonald hosted Jim Carrey. And you can see just how raw the feeling is, where Jim Carrey asked Norm Macdonald if his mother was mentally ill or blah blah blah, and Norm Macdonald just didn't want to talk about it. And you say, wow, this must be a big motivator for Norm Macdonald. Is, you know, maybe it started where he was trying to make his mom happy or something, or maybe he was just, you know, cracking jokes and blah 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 blah, but ultimately that's something that he never overcome. He can never overcome that there's this unknown quality, and it's the thing that you're most intrinsically tied to, the nurturer, the womb that gave birth to you, this unknown quantity known as mother. So any surprise, guys, a lot of what's going on with me today is disappointment on that same issue.